Hey, 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 and we're live. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome in, Skilo 9005, which is Shelly James, my husband. Welcome in, husband. Welcome in, Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. Good to see you. Welcome in, Jeanette. Jeanette Hatter. Good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. And Grant. Faithful GLP-1 Journey. Happy Sunday, friend. Good to see you. Aren't you supposed to be at training, Grant? I'm glad you was able to stop by. It is so good to see you. And for those of you who will be on the replay, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And those of you in the bushes, welcome in. Thank you for being in the bushes. Thank you for being here. It's good to see everyone. And I am excited about this day because one mission in my life has been accomplished. But before I get into that, I'm going to go through the chat because I see Auntie here saying that this is a great topic. I hope everyone else thinks so as well. Jeanette has a comment here, and I'm going to put it on the screen. So she said, "Hi, San. Nice topic. I'm eager to learn what's been going on in your life. You are very important to me. That's so sweet and good to know. And it's nice to know you're living your best life." Thank you so much. Thank you so much, friend. I am living my best life, even with the challenges that come and go in my life. I'm still living my best life. Thank you for saying that, and thank you for showing love to me. Jeanette also says that she can say that she's reached any. Okay, she said, I can say, can't say yet is what she meant to say, that I've reached any goals. Just continue to push forward. Living cancer free could be interpreted as reaching a goal. Absolutely, absolutely. Being cancer free is absolutely a goal and a milestone and a mission, because I know you was on a mission to get rid of that wicked thing, right? And she's happy to say she's 8 years free from the wicked disease. Congratulations on 8 years of being free, cancer free. That is definitely an accomplishment and something to be grateful and happy about. Hey, Joshua, welcome in. It's good to see you. Happy Sunday. Soon to be a birthday boy. Happy Sunday to you and welcome in. What's going on, Grant? Hey, baby girl, Jeanette said. So, yes, I feel like I have a mission. I was on a mission in my life, and I want to share a little bit about this mission and what I have accomplished. But before I do that, I want to ask you guys, do you have dreams, goals, milestones, or missions, whichever one you want to call it, that you are looking to accomplish or that you have accomplished in your life? Or maybe even a chapter in your life that has finished and you're still here moving into that next chapter. So I want to hear from you guys to before I start sharing my mission accomplished. So let me know in the chat. And also, if you can hear some noise in the background, please put a 1 in the chat and let me know if there's any interruption or any noise in the background that could hinder this stream. And then I can turn it off because it's the fan. It's so hot. I feel like I'm in the Middle East. I was saying that yesterday when I was live, but it is so hot. Hopefully I don't have to turn this fan off. But if so, I have a little portable one right here. So put a 1 in the chat if you can hear any feedback or noise in the background. Okay, well, let me just share a little bit about the mission that I accomplished. She said, girl, start talking. Okay, because she eager to know. So, as I've shared many times before, I was incarcerated for a very long period of time. So during the time as I moved closer to getting released, I started thinking about how I wanted to help men who were incarcerated, and I wanted to help them to, once they had come out of prison, I wanted to help them to acclimate back into society and work with them and walk with them and share my journey with them, but also have them be more comfortable about going through their journeys and just helping them get out of the grips of the judicial system. And so that was a mission. And what I was thinking, I was still inside when I was thinking about this. And what I was thinking was, I'm going to have to go to school in order to get a social work degree in order to help them, at the capacity that I wanted to help them. So the mission was to go to school, get my life together, and acclimate into society at the same time, and get this degree so that the thought was that I was going to have to go back into the prison in order to do it. So I was thinking I wanted to go into the men's prison and, start working with them and talking with them and helping them. But as it turned out, a reentry program was out here on the streets. Welcome in, Mary. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. So there was a reentry program out here, and so they were bringing the men out of the prison and placing them inside this reentry program, but they were still partially incarcerated while they were there. Welcome in, Sheldon Walsh Dyer. I know I'm saying your name wrong. I apologize for saying your name wrong, but welcome in and happy Sunday to you. So, as it turned out, over a course of time, and when I had partially completed some of my schooling, I ended up becoming employed in that place. So I was able to work with them, and as I continued and got to a higher level of degree, getting my master's degree, I became a mental health therapist. And so I worked with those men for, I guess, maybe 5 years. Yeah, about 5 years. And so I ended up moving on to remote employment, which took me away from being face to face and physically with them. So I moved to remote employment. And so I'm still serving, but at a different capacity. But for me, being able to accomplish that and do that and complete it to move on to the next part of my life, I feel like that was a great accomplishment and a great chapter that had closed in my life. But also, a part of the accomplishment was that while I was going through that process and going to school and doing internship and having a under the table job before I even got to that place, and talking to other people about my goal, because it was a goal, it was a mission. And when I was talking to people about it, people were saying, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to become a social worker because you have a criminal record and nobody's going to hire you. You're not going to pass the live scan and all of the things. And despite that they were saying that, I didn't believe it because I had this mission. And so I continued on doing what I needed to do in order to do all of the things that they said that it was going to be impossible to do. So, with that being said, that mission is accomplished. That goal has been completed. I feel so good about it, and I've been celebrating myself for the past 3 years. I'm just now putting it out here and just now talking about it. But it has been 3 years because I'm still employed, even with the same agency. I'm just in a different uh, population of people now, and I'm not face to face with people. I'm working from home, and it's a good thing too because of the cancer, the treatment, the surgery, the recovery, all of that, and trying to work would have been just a really big challenge. So I was able to, um, after the disability part where I was off work for a year so that I could, you know, take care of my cancer and get to the other side of recovery, I was able to do that from home. So I just thought that it was a good time to share that and also have you all share with me your accomplishments and your milestones and things that you have overcame and any chapters in your life that are closed and you're moving on to something else. As for me, I'm still in my purpose. Now I'm on YouTube sharing my journey through colorectal cancer, specifically rectal cancer, and living life every day with a permanent colostomy bag. So there are so many people in the world that I had no idea were also living with either a permanent colostomy or permanent ileostomy and um, temporary. But there are so many people in the world, and I had no idea that live the ostomy life every day. So now I'm here sharing my journey and helping other people and encouraging other people and supporting other people along the way. So the purpose is still here, right? It's just in a different space with a different population. And I would really, really like to hear anything that you would like to share, those of you in the chat, those of you in the bushes, even if you don't want to identify yourself, put a heart in the chat or a emoji or something to identify that you have accomplished or completed a goal as well. Yes, that would be so nice to hear from you and to talk with you and to know about you. I don't want to spend the whole time talking about myself, you know. I wanted to know, I want to know what's going on with you as well. Jeanette said, I know that it's been difficult for you, but you're doing it, have done it, and I'm very proud of you, woman. Thank you so much. I understand what you're saying, and thank you. Um, it is a challenge. Every day is not a challenge every single day, but there are challenges that come, and I'm just pressing on and encouraging other people to press on too, you know. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful life, and just to get on the other side of cancer, because as we know, when we hear that word or we know of other people who are challenged in that way, people who have acquired cancer, whichever type of cancer it is. Some people get on the other side of it, excuse me, and some people don't. So it's a very scary thing. So just to know that some of us have made it to the other side and are now on a journey after cancer, it's a beautiful thing and it's a wonderful thing. And we need to celebrate one another and share with one another our journeys. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome in, Kendi K. It's good to see you. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here. I'm choking. Excuse me. I don't like talking about my genetics saying I don't like talking about my cancer because I didn't go through what most women went through. Well, if I could be, if I could just say this, if you don't mind, I'm gonna say it anyway. It doesn't matter what capacity of cancer in your experience that you had. Is still very significant. It's still very important, and you never know who and when you're sharing about your journey and your life with cancer, how it can benefit someone else. It may seem insignificant, or it may not seem to you that it was as intense as it was in the life of someone else. All of our journeys are different, but all of our journeys are significant. Just know that, friend. All of our journeys is significant. I thought that about telling my story before I wrote my first book. But as it turned out, that part of my life was just as significant as some famous person or some person that had a rougher journey than I did. So you're saying that I didn't experience the pain and I didn't let it touch me mentally. Well, that's good. That represents some strength that you have, and that represents the your ability to be resilient, you know. And some people don't really go through a lot of pain and some people do. But either way, whatever it was that you went through is very significant and is very important. And I need you to know that. And other people want to hear your story. When you shared it with me, I and I've been knowing you forever. I did not know, just like you didn't know until I shared it with you, that that was happening in your life, and I really wish I had known so that I could be supportive of you, but I'm supportive of you now. I'm supportive of your journey and what your life is doing right now. Yes. Welcome in, Jackie. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. I was thinking about you earlier. I know this is a work day for you. So thank you for being here. It's always good to see you. So Jeanette said, I keep moving, never stopping to think what was really going on with me. You kept moving. You kept moving. Yeah, I understand that. And if that worked for you, then, now you're on the other side of it. So if that worked for you, or if I may, if there's some part of that journey that you have not processed, I encourage you to process it, and do whatever you feel necessary in going forward with processing that. You could process some of it with me. You can, but sometimes therapy helps. I was in therapy right before I found out that I had it. It was actually the therapist who, when I showed her the picture of the blood clot that I had, I was in therapy that day, and she was like, go downstairs and go to urgent care right now. And so that was, the first step in my journey with the colorectal cancer. But I was processing other things that was going on in my life. Even though at the time when I was doing that, I was a mental health therapist. So even the therapists need therapy sometimes, right? So it's about not only living your best life, but sharing the journey to your best life with others, because there are other people in the world that need to hear from us. And so that's the part of my life that's happening now. I feel so good that after all the things that happened in my life, I was able to get through some things that I never thought I would, and then having a mission to help a great population of men and being able to accomplish that even as a felon or an ex-felon. I feel good about it, and I feel like shouting it out and celebrating it to the world, even though that mission that was accomplished is 3 years old, you know. So, but hey, we don't all come out with things as they happen. It happens over time. The best part of being cancer free, I was given a new pair. Yeah, yeah, right? You got a new pair. And some people don't even have the opportunity to have that. So that's a blessing, and congratulations on your new pair, right? Because, you know, we still, regardless to where we are in our age, still being able to be having a new pair. And I know exactly what you mean, and everybody else does too. It's a wonderful thing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Jackie said, I did therapy. It's great to have therapy to process thoughts. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I do understand that a lot of cultures, you know, they don't necessarily feel that therapy is important. And some people feel like things need to just be kept within the bubble or within the circle for which those changes and those challenges are happening. But therapy can really be a great thing. And therapy is not always just about sitting across or sitting in a room with someone that's uh, asking you about your life and telling you things that you could do in your life. Sometimes it's just a matter of being able to have someone to express your thoughts and your feelings and the things that you are challenged with. Sometimes it's about, and I talked about this yesterday, just having someone to be there and be an ear, you know, because the therapists don't have the answers. The therapist helps you to realize and come to those answers that you need in your life. The therapist just helps you get to the place where you need to be in order to change and enhance your life. That's what the therapy is. It's not uh, for them to tell you what's wrong with you or to tell you what to do. It's to help you get to the realization of what to do with your life. You picked a great career. You are a wonderful counselor and social worker. Thank you so much, Jackie, for saying so. I am so interested. What I want to know about right now in my life as I move forward is retirement. I am talking to people about retirement, right? And, trying to glean all the information from people who are retired, what that lifestyle is like, because that's what's on my agenda going forward in my life, retirement. And thank you again, Jackie. Thank you, Kendi K, for saying so. I appreciate you guys for saying that. And yes, so Kendi K say the career suits you. Yes, but actually, and I believe so, and that's why I picked it, because ever since I was 12 or maybe even younger, I've always wanted to help people. Even my friends in school, when we were walking home from school, they were telling me stuff, and I didn't know why they were telling me the things that they shared with me, but I wanted to help them, and I used my mother a lot to do that by asking my mom, can they come over to our house and have dinner with us and hang out at the house and do homework or whatever, just so that they wouldn't have to go home until they had to go home, because some of the things that they were sharing with me were about things that were happening in the home. And I just had a heart and love for them all that time. And it just stayed with me. So I believe that God put the helper inside of me. And so that's how I live my life, helping others, But there are so many different levels of that, right? So I've moved out of that level and into a new level and the purpose in my life. Yes, Jackie said they help you process the cards you got so you find your own solutions. Yes, Jackie, that's exactly what they do. They just kind of navigate you, help you, and guide you to find your solutions. Yes. Kenny K said, you are clearly walking in your authority. Amen. Amen. It is important to me. It means a lot to me. And the beauty in that is that it's not just something that I picked and said, well, this is what I'm doing. This is my life. This is what I have to do. It's something that I want to do. But I want to do it in many different ways. You know, when God sent the disciples out, he was telling them to go to Samaria, Judea, and all the different places in the earth. And so I want to touch all the different places in the earth. And so in order to do that, I have to close some chapters in my life in order to open the next one. And so and just continue to move forward. And so that's what's happening, and that's why I'm here today to talk about it. One chapter closed, but the purpose of my life and in my life continues on. And so now part of that purpose is YouTube. So here I am. I'm ready for retirement too, Jackie said. I work with people trying to retire or who are retired is defined benefits. Okay, yeah, And then just only a couple days ago I was thinking, do I really want to retire? What is retirement like? And financially, what I'm seeing is like a no. you know, it means supplemental incomes, So, but I just want to be able to move on with my life and do some of the things that I want to do that's for me, specifically for me. And I can still help other people, but I want to help Sandra. And I want to do some of the things that Sandra wants to do before my turn to leave the earth. And so retirement, I believe, will help me to be able to do that more freely. Put me on that retirement list too. Yeah. And Mrs. Paula, Mrs. Paula probably had, Mrs. Paula does retirement. She probably has a list. And so we need to get on her list and bend her ear a few times about, what retirement entails. Because my husband is retired somewhat, but he's still working every day. So, I don't want to be working in that capacity that he does. I know that for sure. Kendi K said, I would retire this year if I could. I know that's right. I keep looking at the looking stuff up because I would have retired yesterday if I could, But I do want to get to the designated age for California, which is 67. I'm 64, so I have 3 years. I want to at least get the full benefits of, I don't want to retire early and get less money. I'm just going to keep it real. And even that is not going to cover or match the money that I make while I'm employed right now. So that's something that I'm thinking about a lot. But I do know that I will be able to figure out something that can give me more. I'm just looking for more freedom, you guys. More freedom to live my life and do what I want to do. Jackie said, okay, I lost Jackie's thing. I need to stop using voice to type, laughing out loud. A lot of people do it. and when they do it, the thing just do typos because is not a human being. So they interpret our words, or we don't always speak clearly when we speak into the thing. That's why I don't even use it. I rather just stumble with my words or type my words in. And then even with that, you still get typos. But it's just a part of technology that we all understand, and we figure out and we know exactly what we're talking about. So it's just a thing. It's just one more thing, right? So Jackie says, my version of retirement is just being able to cut back. I might I might not stop completely working because it's important that you stimulate the mind to keep it functioning well, but I want to stop the hustle. I feel that. I feel that, Jackie, for real. And I guess that's what I mean. I don't think, or I'm not looking to, when I say retire, to just be sitting somewhere on a beach, under an umbrella with a cocktail. I'm gonna do some of that too, but or just sitting here at home doing absolutely nothing. That's not what I mean. But the grind thing that you're talking about, that's the part. You know, I my job requires me to update and uh, redo stuff every year. I gotta sign up for this, or I gotta test for that, and to keep the credentials active. And I feel like I'm tired of jumping through the hoops. Love the work, love the jobs, love everything about what I do. It's the hoop stuff. And then, like I said before, I need the freedom. I want the freedom to come and go as I please, and do some of the things that I want to do before I pass on. And it's a lot of time that I want to spend and share with my grandchildren and other people in my life. I want to visit people. I want to go places, and not be so confined, or asking for time from the powers that be to do what I want to do. So I'm going to retire from working for someone else. Yes, yes, yes. And Jeanette said, I'll always be of service. Yeah, it's just we get to that point. We'll always be serving, but we'll be serving in a way that suits us. And as we continue to age, see, aging is another factor, that plays a part in this thing. And that aging, we don't move the way we used to move. And we have to do all the extra things and the exercising and the eating right, which is great. We want to do that so that we can live longer and be healthy. But at the same time, we just want to, have some moments. Well, at least I do. I just want to have some moments where I'm totally in control of my movement and the things that I want to do while I'm still serving others in the capacity that I want to do it. And so one of the things that I want to do now that that chapter of my life is closed, this chapter where I am now is happening. I want to continue on my YouTube journey. I want to continue growing my channel, and it doesn't have to always meet um, a quota or meet a deadline or meet however it goes. As long as I can continue to be here. It's something that I absolutely want to do because I believe that there will always be someone who needs to hear from me. Someone's going to need to be supported. Someone is going to always be in need of something. And I want to be here to meet some of those needs. And also just to stay connected to other people. I love connection. I love community. And so that's something that is going to stay in my future, whether I retire or not. So, yes, and it does feel good, Jeanette. It does feel good to be able to be of service to someone. I absolutely love it. I think I was born for this. You know, I was born to help. God has told me so many times that that's my call. That's my purpose. So that I'm going to always be encouraged and driven to do that. Jackie said, I don't have grandkids, but I would love to travel and only work when and how I want. Self employed. Yes, yes. No grands yet for Kendi K either. I want to see my kids more. You know, I want to see my grandkids more. I want to share in their accomplishments and their goals at a greater capacity than what I do now. I see them, but I don't see them enough, and I'm not as active as I want to be in their lives. And I need to get to the place where I can. And so that's a goal and a mission that I have now. You know, because once you have completed a goal, or once you have finished a milestone, or you have reached a milestone, there's always still another one up ahead, right? So you want to keep moving, you want to keep growing, you want to keep living, but you want some time to enjoy what you're doing at the same time. And so yes, I still want to know what have just share with me one thing that was a goal for you in your life, and you completed it, even if it was moving from one place to another, or helping somebody, and then that work was done. You helped someone get to a place where they needed to be. It could be anything. It can be, I don't measure goals and accomplishments as big or small or in the middle. A goal is a goal, an accomplishment is an accomplishment, and I don't measure it by how big it is or how small it is. It just is. And so it if you're thinking, oh, well, that's just a little thing. Nothing is little to me. Everything that happens in our lives, I believe, is a big deal. So I don't measure and say, oh well, it was just a small thing, but I did this. I don't see it that way. A thing, whatever that thing is, if you have it to do and you've done it, it's an accomplishment, and it needs to be celebrated. Yes, ma'am. I love these lives you do. Well, thank you. I love them too. I really love them too, and I love to go and visit at other lives as well. But this is, again, I'll share it again. This is the time in my life, and within my YouTube channel, that I get to have real life conversations that's about anything you want to talk about, and anything I want to talk about. Life is ongoing, and it's a lot of things going on in life. It's never just one thing happening. And so this is my time and my opportunity to come and talk about whatever I want to talk about, or whatever you want to talk about. And I so love it. And then with the videos, I try to use those videos for the more practical things about the specific niche that my channel is about, the colorectal cancer journey, living life with a permanent colostomy bag. But there, that's part of it, living it. So I'm not in cancer anymore at the moment, but I am living with the bag. So sharing the life about living with the bag and what that's like, and how it's different, how it's not different, and all of those things. So I try to have the videos for that. Jackie said, I freed myself I freed myself of over 250K of debt. Go ahead. That was okay. I'm gonna say that one's huge, and I just said I don't measure, but the amount of money, the amount of debt is was huge. So I'll put it like that. And get myself eligible to purchase a house within 2 years. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Congratulations on that. And congratulations in advance for what you're going to do next and what your goal is for next. Frankly, Sandy, so Jackie, sorry about that. Jackie said, frankly, Sandy, I have done a lot. Just me and Jesus. Yeah, some people sung the song that Jesus was all and the only way for some. So, you know, and some people say as long as they had King Jesus, they didn't need nobody else. I don't know about that part because I think that Jesus wants us to have other people. But I know what you mean, Jackie. And yes, just you and the Lord walking that journey. So I know anything I put my mind to, I can do it, and so can others. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, faith without works is dead. So when you have something that you want to accomplish in your life and you have the Lord working with you, there's a part that you have to do. You got to walk it out. You're believing that you can do it, but your hands and your feet and your mind have to be also working in collaboration with that faith, right? So you get to do it. Yes. With the Lord on our side, there is nothing that we can't accomplish. Amen. Amen. And it's true. That's some true That's a true fact. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, right? Right? But we have to walk it out. Yes. We have to walk it out. We have a part that we have to do. Yes. Yes. You're welcome, Jackie. Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that. That's what I want to know. I know I'm not the only one that has accomplished something in life, And and I always like to bring up the weight loss journey too. I I just am so proud of all the people who are walking that out. You're not just overweight and saying, okay, I'm overweight. I've tried everything and there's nothing else I can do. I'm just going to stay with that. Nobody is saying that. There are so many people sharing out their GLP-1 life journeys out in the open and taking steps to lose weight. That's an amazing thing, and I every time I think about it, every time I hear about it, every time I visit a channel where somebody is sharing their journey, I'm just amazed, and I'm proud, and I'm happy about it because they're not just sitting there. They're walking and doing the work, taking the injections, taking the pill, whichever form of that journey that they're on, or whatever how they're taking the medication. People are doing it, and I love it. It's an accomplishment, and there are milestones within that journey that people are sharing every day that they met. It's a beautiful thing. I wish I had help. I wish I had help, but that wasn't my card. I played the hand I got. Yeah, we play the hand that we got, and then, you know, like we just said before, God helps us to play those cards and to walk that thing through, and we come out on the other side. Yes, yes, yes. And Jeanette Manjaro and doesn't really talk about her weight loss journey. So thank you for sharing that, Jeanette. 42 pounds, no more belly for me. And I don't, I'm just going to put this out here right now because I just recently found out when you shared that you were doing the Manjaro weight loss, I'm going back in my mind to the last time we were physically together and you had the nickname Slim. Remember? So I don't even know you on this weight loss journey, right? I don't even I've never seen you with weight. You were always slim, flat belly, and that's how I remember you, you know. And but I'm proud that you're doing it, and congratulations again on that 42 pounds down. That's a milestone. That's a milestone. Yes, Kendi K said, I've lost 42 pounds, but I still have quite a bit of belly left. Yet I'm still grateful for my Zepbound weight loss. Amen. And I'm not even on the weight loss journey, and but I'm looking at something that need to go. And I did lose a couple of those 15 pounds I gained recently, but wow, wow, this is just, I love to talk about this. I am a diabetic, found out a while back. I gained so much weight. Too tall for that dig. Yeah. And tell everybody how tall you are, Jeanette. Yes. She said, now I'm back, baby. We are older, wiser, and much calmer. Amen to that. We are. And so much more mature than we were. I got to put that on the screen. Now I'm back, baby. And we have been friends so long, and there's just so much I still need to know and learn about with you. So I'm really glad that you shared that too out in the open. Yes, Manjaro. Yeah, this weight loss journey, this opportunity to have this is a big deal, and I am so glad that it is happening in the lives of other people. I'm going to put this on the screen right here. Kendi K is telling Jackie, thank you. I'm always pulling on the neck of my shirts. My neck is definitely smaller, and it makes my whole body cold when my neck gets cold. Wow, 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 wow. This is an awesome thing. Do you guys know how hard 6'2"? Jeanette is 6'2", but wait a minute. Do you guys know how hard it has been many years ago for people to lose weight? Do you guys really realize, and have you really looked at the struggle that people had back in time to lose weight, and now the GLP-1 is there, and wow, wow, it's really helping. It's really helping and changing lives. Changing lives. Hold on, I accidentally took that down. I'm on 5 milligrams of Zepbound. Yes, yes. I'm, I love this weight loss thing. I love it. I love it. And despite the challenges, because there are challenges that come with it too, and we're not going to ignore those challenges. We're going to help one another get through those challenges, because there are side effects, you know. Jardiance. I don't know what that is, Jeanette, but I see your height, which of course I know your height. I do know quite a bit about you too at the same time, but I didn't know all of this. I didn't know about the cancer until you shared it, and I didn't know about the weight loss journey until you shared it. But I'm totally 100% proud of it, and I'm glad that you shared that today with the world. I don't know when I've ever lost 40 plus pounds. I shed almost 50 pounds right before my knee replacement. Oh yeah, and Kendi K also had a knee replacement recently, and did a, a sleep, what was it, a sleep study too. So Kendi K is very active in her journey and meeting milestones and having goals. and moving forward. It's beautiful. Welcome in, Darium. Happy Sunday to you. Good to see you. Saw your light on and decided to say hello and hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here, Darium, who I believe is also on a weight loss journey. Is that so, Darium? Yes. Um, Darium is also super smart. So if you ever think about trivia, he's the guy to do trivia with you as well. Yes. Good to see you, Darium, and welcome in. Um, we have talked about, I was sharing a mission that I accomplished in my life where I had a career of being a mental health therapist after getting out of prison and going to college at 100 years old, getting the master's degree, the bachelor's degree and the master's degree and the ASW to serve a population of incarcerated men. People said I wasn't able to do it because I had a record and I wasn't going to pass the live scan, but I ignored them and I did it anyway and I got through that. And now we're talking about the accomplishments of the rest of us and we were just talking about the weight loss journey and how losing weight has been a great accomplishment for everyone. Welcome in, Jerry G. Good to see you. Happy Saturday to you. Um, it is not Saturday, it is Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. It's good to see you again. Yes, it was crazy. I truly needed help. The Ozempic, the Ozempic, and the others that start with the A made me sick, super sick, which is why I'm screaming Manjaro now. And I think someone else in the weight loss community was had started off on not Monjaro, but the other one you just mentioned, Ozempic, and now they're on Monjaro as well. So yeah, so also with these treatments and medications and all the things that we are doing to try to enhance our life come with these challenges that I just mentioned earlier. And so it's not this super easy thing where, oh, I'm just going to get on the weight loss journey. No, there's more to it than that. I'm going to get through and the cancer journey. It's more to it than that. Getting on the other side, we are always moving toward getting on the other side of these things. And we don't ever want to dismiss or ignore what it takes to get there, right? So I missed a whole bunch of chat. Jeanette says she didn't have side effects. I am having a good day, and it seems like the rest of us are having a good day too. Yes, yes, Jeanette, we are. We are. And so Darium says, congratulations on being the rabble rouser who proved all the naysayers wrong. Yes, sir. Thank you for taking care of men. We appreciate you. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think about, and I'm not going to go too far into this because it has to do with my upcoming book because I am writing a book. So that's another goal that I'm working on like right now in this moment. But when Darium says the rabble rousers and the naysayers, I think about Sanballat and Tobias in the Bible who tried to thwart Nehemiah's goal to go rebuild that wall in Jerusalem. So I felt like at the time while that was happening and people saying, "Oh, you're not gonna pass the live scan," and who's gonna let you come back into the prison? Well, guess what? I didn't have to go back into the prison. The prisoners came out to me. Amen. So, but I think about Nehemiah and the journey that Nehemiah was on during that time is so compatible to my life now, and it just rocks with what I'm writing right now. And that's all I'm going to share about that. Yes. Oh my goodness. Jeanette said, baby, I look delicious now. Oh my goodness. Well, that's great. That's great. Coach Mean Reen would say juicy. So that's good. You look delicious now and juicy. I am playing this video. Got to go back to work. Okay. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. And thank you so much for always supporting and engaging with me and showing love. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. And I will see you later. Okay? Kendi K said, well, go ahead and preach then, Sam. Yes, yes. I know who he is, and I know the direction that my life is going, and I know who I am and what he's doing in my life for sure. Yes, for sure. Thank you, Kendi K, for that. Love that. Save it for the autobiography. Yes. Yes, Coach Mean Reen would say juicy. Amen. Okay, but yeah, so you guys, this life journey that we all have, I just want you guys to know that it's very significant. Not just my life journey, but yours too. It's really important to me. I'm glad that I have you guys in my life to share it, going both ways. It's reciprocal, and nothing is too small for me. Everything is important to me, and I always, always enjoy being in your company. And I hope that I continue to be a joy in your life too. For those of you in the bushes, I hope that I'll be able to continue to be of some benefit in your life. Those of you on the replay, the same. I'm here not only to share my story, but also to share in yours and to help and support you along the way in yours. Yes, that's my goal. That's the goal that I'm on now. That's my purpose, to finish going on with the YouTube channel, serving and helping, supporting and caring for the community, and finishing this book. Amen. That's where I am now after the chapters that I've closed in my life back there. Life is what we make of it. I'm making the best of my life, choosing joy and good energy. Amen. Amen. And protecting that peace always. Protecting that peace. And I believe that if we keep our hands to the plow and keep our eyes on the prize, we will always, despite the challenges, despite the Tobiases and the Sanballats and the naysayers and all of the negative opinions that people have about our lives, despite all of that happening, as long as we keep our eye on the prize, keep our feet moving, and understand that faith without works is dead, then we're gonna make it, and we're gonna continue to win. We're all winners. We're all overcomers, and we are living our best lives because it has been given to us as a gift. You know, and for those who believe, and for those of you who don't believe, I believe, and I have the freedom to speak that way, and so I'm going to continue to speak that it's because of him that I live, move, and have my being in this earth. And I just want to give it and share it with you and do the best that I can for you all. So, as you guys know, it's about that time to land the plane. But before I do, I just want to thank you a million times, 1,000 times for sharing these moments with me and showing up for me as I show up for you, and just being a part of my life. I thank you for that, and I look forward to next week. I look forward to whatever I'm going to do and come with this week. Hopefully, I will be able to come live again. I tested out the mobile live. I absolutely love that. I love that. And so every chance I get, I'm going to try to jump on there and do it. After the experience yesterday, uh, I'm I'm hoping to come more this week. Here she go. We thank you for the grown folk conversation, saying you're welcome, always welcome. I'm not on mobile right now. I'm in on my laptop with StreamYard, but the next opportunity I get to go live on that mobile, I like it, so I'll be doing it again, and hopefully I'll be able to do it with you all this week. And then of course I got the videos that I gotta upload for this week for Monday and Thursday. But yes, yes. Thank you, Candy K. It was. I came to vent, but it just turned out super wonderful, and everybody allowed me to do that. And that made it even more important and more fun for me as well. It was fun. I appreciate you guys for always being there for me. With that being said, you guys have a blessed rest of your Sunday, and I will see you all in the YouTube streets. Goodbye for now. Yes.
Living it stronger every day. Living it, finding my own way. Colostomy life, I say it plain. Colorectal cancer didn't win the game. Living it, yes, yeah. Living it, yes. Living it. I'm confident and brave. Living it with Sandra James.